Nikhil Jain, quickly a response from you. Now, what Sharad Kohli has said and the numbers that have been put by the Congress in the black paper, particularly with regards to unemployment, how do you have to react to it?
First of all, I very squarely disagree with what Dr. Kohli earlier said. I'm not sure what India he's living in, that he thinks that every person who is qualified, has a job, has more than 2 jobs. Time and again, we see reports from credible international papers, from credible national papers, from various news websites, how people in this country, doctors, lawyers, engineers, other professionals are looking for opportunities in India, but are not able to find any. And a lot of them are just flying abroad for that. We can all look around in the anecdotal experiences as well. And Megha, I'm sure you know some of your friends who are not able to get good jobs for the kind of qualifications they have. I know friends like that. I'm pretty sure Dr. Kohli would also know people like that.
I'm saying, how do you collate this data? Is there a statistic that can be given for the comparisons to be made and an analysis to be reached?
No, what used to happen earlier was that there were NSO surveys that were conducted that would give a broader picture of the unemployment situation. Of course, like most economic measurement methods, they were not 100% accurate, but they at least gave a broader picture of things. However, this government is completely sitting on those surveys or not conducting those surveys, just like it did with the farmer suicides. In 2017 or 18, a report came out that unemployment in India is at the highest level since 45 years, and the government just suppressed that report. So for Dr. Kohli or any other person to come and say that unemployment is not a problem under this government, I think that is just a misrepresentation of facts. And you can also look at how this government tries to give its record on employment.
I'm sorry, Megha. My statement
you also have to see how this government gives its record on employment. That when they talk about unemployment jobs.
I'm sorry. My statement is being twisted completely. I have to intervene here because I said for skilled workforce, there is no problem. I did not say that unemployment problem in this country has disappeared, Nikhil. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
All right. Let me put that rider in every time I mention it, because obviously I was talking in a context. Your context was that every qualified person in this country has more than enough job opportunities.
No,
I don't see that around me.
I said
that
skilled.
is not.
Nikhil, I said skilled. I didn't say qualified. I said skilled. Yeah.
Can you please also define what skilled is, Dr. Kohli? For you, what is skilled?
Skilled is if you got anything which can probably get you to the job straight away after education. It's as simple as that. The way it happens in America.
No, so would you consider a carpenter a skilled person?
A BA, MA will not find a job. I'm sorry. A BA, MA can be employed for the rest of his life. Nikhil, that's what I meant.
Is a BA or an MA not a skilled person, Dr. Kohli? What is the line of argument that you're making?
Unfortunately not, Nikhil. Unfortunately not. अब बीए करने के बाद तो लोगों से पूछते हैं भैया आगे क्या करना है आप जिंदगी में
तो सर स्किल्ड कौन है चलिए आप ये बताइए स्किल्ड कौन है
Okay, so then again a focus that government has also put on with regards to providing the desired skills to the youth of the country when it comes to vocational training that has also been given an impetus by the government of India. When it also comes to entrepreneurship that has been encouraged by the government of India, the MSMEs, we talk about the Mudra loans to ensure that they are being able to provide for their families, generate income and create entrepreneurial environment in the country. So again, is there data that can be measured? But yes, as per the CMIE survey, yes, there has been an unprecedented 8.003% of unemployment in the country in 2023. It has reduced to 6.57% up to January 2024. I think the last time the unemployment rate was so high as 2023 was in 2020. Now this was also the COVID year, if I can remind my viewers about this. And so then the question being, Sharad, are we still reeling under the impact of COVID? Because in 2020 the unemployment rate was 8%. In 2019 it was 5.27%. which is mostly comparable from 2008 up until 2019. The inflation rate has remained a little more than 5% throughout. So it has been constant. There has been no change. And after 2020, in fact, in 2020, it is 8%. 2021, it has reduced to 5%. It's almost 6%. 2022, it's climbed up to 7.33%. In 2023, it's 8%. And 2024, only January has elapsed, so it is 6.57%.
Are you talking of unemployment or inflation?
Unemployment rate. I'm sorry if I may have mentioned inflation by mistake.
Well, we have a very large population which is poor. We have a very large population which is also not literate. So unemployment in this country has not vanished. I would like to reiterate. I was only talking of skilled manpower. I was not talking of unemployment problem overall. Well, when it comes to numbers, we've already spoken about numbers, Megha. The numbers which you spoke of for each year. Now, how these numbers have been arrived at? I went to a village. Megha, I'll give you a very small example. There were 6 people in that house. I went on an economic survey. There were 6 people. I asked those 6, they were 2 brothers, their father, all grown up. I asked them, are you unemployed? They said, no, I'm not unemployed. I said, what do you do? He said, we've got a one biga khet and we do our labor there. So there is a lot of hidden unemployment and employment in this country which needs to be accounted for. I only meant skilled man force. That is all I meant. So now, these numbers can be
Dr.
questioned.
Kohli, can you please define what skilled man force according to you is? Illiterates don't count, BAs and MAs don't count. Who counts?
Want to understand, that's not my problem. I have already explained what is skilled manpower. When you are trained, when you have a vocational course in hand, you have a vocational skill in hand, and you can start working straight away after completing your basic studies. That is what skilled manpower is. People coming from IT, people coming from architecture, people coming from law profession, people coming from accountancy profession, people coming from people who are trained electricians.
What sort of a reductionist argument is that people in the humanities stream are somehow unskilled and people who are pursuing engineering or architecture are somehow more skilled? That is a very reductionist perception of things.
All I'm saying is that if a person is skilled in manual labor, whether it may be building of homes, building of structures, or there is a person who is skilled in carpentry, or a person who is skilled in electric proficiency, versus a person who's skilled being an engineer or a postgraduate or a PhD, is then going to garner more income. He's going to be able to earn more income, and therefore this gap that has to be fulfilled, that has to be reduced, is only going to happen via education, via providing more.
I need to tell you that.
What are you trying to say, Nikhil? What is your argument over here is what I'm trying to understand.
His argument, I don't know, Megha, can you for once please question the argument of Dr. Kohli, who thinks that a BA or an MA is an unskilled person, but a BTech is a skilled person, while I may remind him that economists hold a BA and an MA degree. College professors, in most cases, would hold a BA and an MA degree. What is he even talking about?
Yes,
Consultants in big 4 companies come from same stations and HR.
Sharad, would you like to respond to this? Also the fact that, because there are so many BAs and MAs in our country, the fact that they are not able to get employment is of course a cause of concern. And then are we then providing enough colleges, enough educational infrastructure for the youth of our country to aim for the degrees, aim for the courses that are going to give them employment in the country?
You hit the nail on the head, Megha, because we have degree manufacturing factories. These are universities which are running in our country. What we need is a skill-based education system. We do not need a degree manufacturing factory-based university. That is what is happening, which is why I said, when I say a teacher is a BA and MA, there's no doubt. But you need to do a teacher's training after that. After BA, I'm sorry, you will not be able to find a teacher's job if you just do BA. You will not be able to become an economist if you are a BA or MA. You need to be technically qualified to be reaching that level. What I mean is that if basic education is designed in a manner which makes you ready for a job the way it happens in America. In America, when you are at school, you pass out your school and you are ready for a job. You go to a university. People don't ask after university, what are you going to do? Here a BA is asked,
Right.
Bhaiya, aage kya karoge?
So yeah,
Tell me.
that
This
is a
not ask for
problem.
BA.
That is a problem, and that amounts to a significant percentage of unemployment in our country that needs to be reduced. Sharad, quickly a response. Sumit, quickly a response from you on this.
You see, I have just 2 or 3 quick points to it. First of all, you see, in economics, what is a job? Job is not an offer letter with a PF and ESI number. It's opportunities to earn. Hindi mein kahun to rozgar ke avsar. So when you are running infrastructure projects, when you are doing things, that creates rozgar ke avsar. Tell me if my driver, which PSU or which he's a 12th pass, where is he going to get appointment letter and a driver? I have a plumber, where is he going to get appointment letter and a PF and a ESI number? Which company is going to employ him? I have a Mali, where is he going to get appointment letter? People like us employ them, they give them salaries, and that is what is called opportunities to earn. And let me tell you, Nikhilji, in US, the 60% of the GDP, 15 trillion of the GDP is generated by MSME sector, where you have a flower shop, florist, one man shop, one man, two man shop, wherein when you are doing the infrastructure, when you are creating these opportunities, you are creating opportunities to earn. When you are giving 25 crore mudra loans and 98% of them in return by the women of India, you are creating opportunities to earn. When you are giving these loans to Rodi Patriwala, they are creating those opportunities to earn. So what is, because if I am, let's say I'm a Panchvi pass, which company is going to employ me as a director or a managing director, because my qualifications are not there? So then can the economy create enough opportunities of earn to me? That is what is happening. Not 25 crore mujra, and if everything is wrong, then how did the GDP from 1.8 trillion reach 4.0 trillion in 9 years? What could be done in 65 years has been done in last 9 years, more than that. How did the GDP double at 120% in 9-10 years if nothing is done, if the economy is in shambles? And look at the unemployment as per whatever the standards are in UPA, and look at NDA. Where is the difference? It's much better in NDA. Now, how is the GDP increasing? How is your PPP increasing? How from PPP, from 10th, you have become number 3rd in the world? How is your PPP $14 trillion today? So has Modi manipulated every tiny organization in the world? Has UPA influenced everybody on this world? What is the argument here? These are some hard facts which I'm putting to the table. Yes, there is a problem. We have to do better, but that doesn't mean that it has been not done and people are not finding jobs.
Okay.
How is coming here? Why is the highest FDI here? Why is the highest startup money coming here? Why startups have created 700,000 jobs? How did $360 billion of wealth get created by startups? How you have highest FDI, $82 billion more than China coming in? How you have $36 billion in startups coming in if everybody is in unemployment? Do you come to sink money here and watch out?
Okay. Nikhil, quickly a word from you before I wrap this up. Yeah.
A lot of random numbers have been thrown about by some.
Random nahi hai, Nikhilji. These are
If we
numbers.
put things in perspective, during the UPA, I didn't interject. So
you cannot negate the fact that there is increased FDI and FII that is coming. There was Satya Nadella who was in town just a couple of days ago, and he was particularly tapping in the potential of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and generating these jobs, generating startups that are going to be focusing on AI, focusing on deep tech in our country.
Can I respond? During the 10 years of the UPA government, the economy of India grew by 3 times, from $700 billion to $2 trillion. Within this government's 10 years, it has grown twice. India is a developing, growing economy. That is why during the UPA era, we were the 4th largest in the world. Now we are about to be the 3rd largest in the world.
Sorry.
That is the thing. In India, it is about the growth rate. During when UPA
under the UPA era, they were 11th on the performance chart, Nikhil, and particularly with regards to the growth rate from the 2004 to 2014 era. Yes, there was a growth rate of 8%, Nikhil. But at the very same time, India grew at 165%, but in comparison to all the BRIC nations, including China and Brazil, which grew at 265%, China grew at about 365%, Russia grew at around 200%, India was the least growing at 165%.
Not at all, that is wrong.
So these are statistics, and you cannot negate them. So when you talk about growth, and you need to take a comparison of your contemporaries across the globe, and then build a comparison of whether that growth is to the ideal level that it should be for any particular country.
So you can talk about the COVID during Modi era, but you're not going to talk about the global recession during the UPA era.
Of course we are going to talk about the global recession. I am not saying it. Nikhil, if you hear me out, I'm saying that India grew at 8% between 2004 and 2014. But at the same time, when India was growing at 165%, Brazil was growing at 265%, China was growing at 365%, and Russia was growing at 200%. And these are BRIC nations where India comes together with all these other nations which are contemporaries, which were the middle income nations of the time.
Megha, 10 seconds. Please 10 seconds. Please 10 seconds. Can I get 10 seconds, Megha?
Yeah, please.
You see, Prime Minister Modi said, Mr. Chidambaram, reading 2014 midterm budget, what did he say? We are number 11th economy in the world. And if it is my leadership and vision, in next 30 years, we are going to be number 3rd economy in the world. And that is going to happen in next 2 years. So what Chidambaram thought can happen in 30 years has been done in 12 years. Still Modi has not done anything. And that to Nikhil Bhai, you were number 11th. That is what Mr. Chidambaram has quote unquote said on the House of the Parliament. Not number 4,
the
sir.
report of the Hindu,
Not number
India
4.
was the 4th largest economy.
11 number pe the, sir. And he said,
Okay.
That is incorrect.
Number 12 saal mein ho rahe hain. Sir,
Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay, you made a point. All right, on that note, I slip into a short break. Come right back because we are at this point of time dissecting the white paper that has been put out. And what is it that is going to then put in the charge that has been made by the Congress now in opposition to this white paper?
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.